Next is Mike Matthews says, I saw an article talking about the possibility of trading for Kadri.
Oh.
It seems like a lot to pay for a likely third line center. Is he someone you guys think could help us? It feels like we would be better off getting another winger. Let's go Isles.
So he had a really good year in Calgary last year. But he played a lot of minutes. He played 18-26. He had 75 points, 29 goals. Clearly, after he had the 87-point season in Colorado, everyone was like, don't pay him. He's going to get an absurd contract at his age. How many more years are left on it? I think 5, right? He definitely got a 7-year deal.
I think so.
And he is 34 at the start of the season.
1, 2, 3, 4 more years after this one.
I like the player that Kadri is, like, immediately, but I don't want to latch myself on to that contract.
If we're swapping him for Jean-Gabriel Pageau, sure, I suppose, but Calgary also needs money. Like, I understand they're above the cap floor right now, barely. So moving him, they would need to get back up to the cap floor. I think they would put him below by a couple $1 million. So if we're trading for Kadri, which just on the face of it, I wouldn't do it. You're right. Like, great numbers over the last couple of years, right? 28, 24, 29 goals and 87, 56 and 75 points. It's pretty damn good for what is a 33-year-old. But I don't know if I want to lock into another 4 years at $7 million. Oof. No thanks, man.
Well, it's really 5. I mean, this year hasn't started yet. It's really 5.
You're right. 5 years at $7 million for a 33-year-old who already wasn't good. We knew he was going to have a letdown after the 87-point year, and sure enough, he did. To 56 points was still pretty good. But before that 87-point year, 87 points in 71 games, mind you, he was at best a 61-point player. That's a hell of a glow up, man. I'm staying away from that unless they're taking Jean-Gabriel Pageau and I don't know, Pierre Engvall.
Yeah, that makes things a lot different.
Then I'll do it. Obviously, we'd probably have to take a little bit more back because that's quite a bit of money their way, but maybe that's fine with them. Maybe, but I'm not running to make that trade.
No, I just don't think they need another guy who makes a lot of money in his mid-30s.
Exactly. If this rumor happens to be true and we do trade for him, then okay. I think it's going to be contingent. Even then, we have to give up very little because those 5 years, you're right.
Yeah.
Is too much, man. At $7 million for a 33-year-old.
Well, and he turns October 6th is when he turns 34. So it's 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 season over the next 5 years.
No. And he would be the second oldest player on the team. Varley would be the oldest.
Yeah. Again, I like the player that he is now. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I don't know if I want to sign myself up for a 34 to 38-year-old $7 million Nazem Kadri. Like you're waiting on the ability to get out of Lee and Pageau right now. And then if you made this move, you're just kind of putting yourself right back in the beginning of in that waiting phase. So
absolutely.
If
there were 2 more years, then sure. But 4 more, 5, you're right. Like 3 more years. No. Just no. If you like that, make sure to subscribe to Up the Turnpike on Patreon for more exclusive New York Islanders content.